Hello everybody and welcome back to another 6K review with me, your host, That Metro Mania, and today we have our second ever Inart figure for the channel. This one actually arrived probably the same day as the Batman, but obviously Batman's my special boy, so I had to make sure he went out nice and quick. So this guy is obviously Superman from Dawn of Justice, Batman v Superman. If you haven't seen it, it's a movie where Batman and Superman fight, and then they fight a big gray CG monster. It's a whole thing. You know, it's one of the debatable ones. But I did want to get the Superman. I remember when this went up, I think last year, I was at work, and I was like, can't miss this. And man, did this guy actually ship out a lot quicker than I was expecting. Hopefully, Inart can keep this train rolling and not making us wait for the rest of our lives. So here is the box. This is just the sheath on the outside. There is a box on the inside, which has the crest of House L, Superman's face on the back, and you can see the Batman logo there. And then we got the words. I don't remember where they are in the movie, but they're there, definitely there. Nice box. I do like it. I like these bright reds. I think red speaks to me. But I do want to see how this guy looks, so I do want to get him out of the box right now. So here we have Kal-El Superman from, like I said, BVS, and I could say this guy's definitely a bit more colorful than he is in the movie. Obviously, that has a lot to do with Zack Snyder's ability to desaturate a movie drastically. But I like how much of the colors pop on here. It's not Justice League style of like bright blue and red, but this speaks to me. I do like these colors. They're still a little faded, but it's definitely a bit brighter than usual. It's a bit more hopeful, I think, and I'm really digging it so far. This is drastically different in kind of make and model than the Hot Toy Superman. I have the black one, as I think I've mentioned, and I'm not a huge fan of it, and so far this one's speaking to me a lot more. Anyway, let's get him off of that spinning turntable and talk about the luxury that is this Superman. So Superman comes with a very interesting array of accessories. Let's start off with my favorite one, Batman's cowl. So, if you remember, there are flashbacks, there are visions of the future of an evil Superman in the movie. And this is when Batman's Superman's holding his cowl, like he grabs it off his head and he's holding it in front of him. You can see there's some grip marks there, which he can put his hand on to hold it, which is awesome. It does look a little weird because it's long and doesn't have a head in it. I'm hoping this means that at some point when Inart does a Batman, he will get like a good like maskless sculpt, because the regular maskless sculpt doesn't have like the hair flopped over and it doesn't look dirty. So I'm hoping that means we could get that so we could recreate a scene like that, because I think that would be fun, but only time will tell. He also comes with big blob of kryptonite, or green doo-doo. This is just a shapeless blob to me. This could be candy. I could trick a little child into thinking this is candy. This means nothing to me, but it might mean everything to you, and that's what's important. We also have Batman's little kryptonite grenade from his grenade launcher, so you can hold it and you can have him recreate the scene when he gets stinky in his nose. We have my favorite accessory, Candy Spear. This kryptonite really does just look like candy. I kind of want to eat it, but we have the kryptonite spear here that he will stab the big CGI monster with. I love this. I guess I will be able to see how it compares to the one that comes with Batman when that comes out. I'm excited to see how that is, because I know that one's like a wire plug-in, so we'll have to just see how that one turns out compared to this, because I did get that deluxe armored Batman. And then, if you're an absolute freak, I really don't know why Superman would come with these, since these are kind of traumatizing to him, but you can get pictures, which I feel like I shouldn't be showing really, of his mother tied up and being held hostage, and Lex Luthor threw on the ground. This is probably the most questionable accessory of this whole thing. I really don't know why this would be added, because again, I'm just, you know what, never mind. We're gonna move on. he also has a second sculpt, which I like to call Angry. I like this one. We'll talk about a little bit more of the sculpts and compare them to the Hot Toys versions in a little while. But for now, Crocodile, let's talk about Superman. So this Superman, the sculpt is drastically different from the Hot Toys one. It's a bit softer, it's a bit lighter in skin tone, wider. The Hot Toys one is angry, angled features. And the more I look at it, the less I see Henry Cavill. And the more I see it in the Inart version. You know, I thought this Hot Toys one did look like him, but now, the more I look at it, the less I'm seeing it. His head is like super thin and long, and this one feels more alive, like a real person. Hot Toys feels weird. Again, nothing against the Hot Toys one, but I don't know, it's so muscular and like angled, and there's no fat in that face, is what I'm saying. This one is handsome. It feels natural. The skin tone is nice. It's softer. I like the hair. The hair is also, you know, it's not as, I guess, dense in the front as the Hot Toys version is. I like it. It makes me happy. The skin tone all around is nice. It's a bit lighter than the Hot Toys one. It's more like a lighter, paler skin tone as opposed to Hot Toys, which has more almost like a tan color to it. Like he was sitting out in the sun too long. Again, nothing against Hot Toys, just complete preference here on what you enjoy. But I do like this sculpt. I think it looks nice, and it is very easy to pop out and just change up. So it makes for a very easy, nice time. See? Oh my god. And you can see in there, that's how you switch the eyes. So it's nice and easy. I love this connector piece, by the way, more than the Hot Toys one. It makes so much more sense to me because I haven't broken it yet, unlike some of those Hot Toys ones. So then we have the suit, which is a lovely fabric feeling. Oh, it's so spacious. So my biggest problem with the Hot Toys one, it's fabric, but it feels a lot tighter to the body. So I feel like it's more restrictive. Not like genuinely restrictive, but this one is like, oh, I just love the way this feels. It's the first thing I noticed when I opened the box was how freeing it looked. Like it made you want to be Superman. In the House of L, you know, the hope symbol right here. That beautiful red with all those little details in there with the gold behind it. It looks really nice. We got our beautiful drape cape that the Batman didn't come with here, which looks amazing. But in case you didn't want a drape cape, we also have a wired cape, which is really cool. So you can have, you know, it's got a pretty strong wire in there as well. So you can really, really do whatever you want with it. It should just, yeah, it just pops out like that. And then this just pops in like that. Very similar to the Superman from the Justice League, or the animated Superman. So it makes for a nice, easy swap in, swap out time. I'm very happy with it. I will be keeping the drape cape on for now because I love drape cape. It just makes me so much more happy. But yeah, so you can see all those like small details on the suit are definitely not being hidden at all. The color is nice. I've seen somebody repaint this to black to be like the, you know, the Justice League Superman suit, and it looks fantastic. I could see easily Inart just taking this and making it black as well, changing the sculpt slightly. I think that might be a good idea. But, you know, wait a little before you start reissuing things, get some more stuff out, and then maybe as like a little special bonus, then you could do it. I think that'd be a fun time. Just have to wait and see. Then we have my least favorite part of the suit, the part that doesn't really break it up. It's the same problem I have for like the Amazing Spider-Man 1 suit. There's nothing really breaking it up in the middle, just some lines and vague like ideas of what could be breaking it up. I don't really like how the gold separates here. Nothing with Inart, mainly just the suit design in general. Like we have all these lines that kind of remind me of like a family tree, but they don't really do anything to break up the suit in a way that's drastic because they are just kind of a matching color here. So the color palette isn't being separated as properly as it could. We do have it on the arms here as well. They look nice. They definitely add something to the arms here, but in the waist, not so much. I do also like that we don't have like these super pronounced abs. You can see them, but they're not like sticking out. I don't like these weird like forced pronounced abs in like a muscle suit. It just kind of looks weird. The Hot Toys one is pretty good about that as well, unless you're looking at it from a down angle and it's reflecting. Then we have the blue continuing on the side here, like track pants. And then we have our maroon shoes. I feel like the shoes should match the color of the symbol and the cape, but they don't. They're like a maroon color. It's weird, but they do have split. So I'm happy overall that that is a thing. So all in all, this Superman is really cool, and I cannot wait to get more stuff from Inart. I'm really hoping that they do a Batman sooner than later, because I've been pushing off getting the BVS new Hot Toys Batman because it looks way too big and bulky, and I'm just not really feeling it. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens with that. But for now, we can do some we can do some comparison with my Justice League Superman and see how those look next to each other. So, I mean, right off the bat here, you could see a lot of differences between the two. The build on the Justice League version here is a lot bulkier. There's way more muscle tone and just like exposed musculature. I mean, look at the thighs. You could see he's got big, meaty thighs. It's crazy. But it's just, it's bigger. It's got more defined muscles, the arms, the waist. He's got more of an hourglass thing going on here. This one's more, it feels a bit more natural. This one feels definitely like superhuman and like strong and muscles. And you can kind of see what I mean here with the skin tone. It's way tanner here. This one's a bit lighter, more natural of a skin color. It really is all down to preference on this one and which one you prefer. You can look at the two sculpts here and tell me which one you think looks more like him, whether you think the thinner one or this a little bit more rounder and more fuller face looks. And then we also have the angry sculpts. So we have the Inart angry sculpt. Let me put my finger in there. So we have our Inart sculpt, angry sculpt, and we have our Hot Toys angry sculpt. You can see the Hot Toys angry sculpt's got a bit more angry lines around the eyes. The eyes do definitely have a bit more red to them. These ones light up. These ones do not light up. Yeah, these ones light up. You can see there's angry baring teeth here, which definitely might sell some more people than just like an angry scowl. This one kind of reminds me more of the scene in BVS when he's ripping the cape or the cowl off Batman. So it really is down to you which one you prefer at the end of the day. This one also has a little piece of hair kind of sticking out right there. This one does not. Same hair sculpt overall. But like I say, at the end of the day, completely down to preference and which Superman you prefer. Nothing stopping you from having both like I do though. So that is what I will be sticking to. Oh, actually, look at the boots here. So the boots go a bit higher on this one than they do on this one. I just noticed it. I thought it would be a fun thing to point out right before we went to Articulation, which we're going to right now. So, life ending 360 degrees with it up that far and a down that far. Some back and forth. Not bad. Arm goes up that far. Arm goes up that far. And as you do, you can see kind of like the metallic sheen under the suit. That looks really nice. You can actually see the muscle body here. You can see the defined muscles if you look in the light properly, which is actually kind of cool. Adds an extra like level of depth to it. But anyway, you get some real good bend at the elbow, freedom at the wrist, nothing stopping you there. This is kind of a crunch, but not really because this big muscular piece. That is a lovely spread. This suit is really freeing, like I said. Leg goes up that far. Leg even goes back a little. Knee bend. Not bad. And there is some ankle articulation, but no toe no toe articulation, unfortunately. We do get some at the ankle, so not bad overall. So Superman can do what a Superman needs to do. He can fly, he can punch things, he can pose decently on a shelf. What else could you want? Let's wrap our second ever Inart video up with a bang. Let me just wrap up this video by saying this Superman is awesome. I'm not a huge fan of the Zack Snyder movies. I don't hate them. They just don't speak to me the way it speaks to some other people. But this Superman from Inart right here is really it's really nice overall. And again, completely unbiased opinion, because I'm not a huge fan of this Superman. I'm not a huge Superman guy in general. So having a Superman that is really speaking to me is kind of nice to say. This hand also has a magnet in it, so it just magnetizes to the thing. It's awesome. The wired cape is super well done. The wire, you can do whatever you want with it. It's kind of like Moon Knight's cape, where it's really freeing, but you can still kind of get what you want out of it. So I'm happy overall. This guy's really nailed it. I love the way everything has come out. There's not really a problem with it overall. It's just nice to have something like that. It's nice to have a figure that doesn't have real quality control issues, because we've been getting a lot of that recently. The hands come off easy. It articulates. It has everything it needs to have. I'm happy. This is a figure that makes me happy. I didn't have to put anything together. I'm ecstatic. I would love to see how this one stacks up with the original BVS Superman that is out, that I don't have. Like I said, I only got the Justice League one, as you saw in the previous comparisons part of the video. If you have this guy, or you have the old one, feel free to let me know how you feel about them. Do you have a preference over one or the other? Were you planning on picking this guy up and ditching your other one, and you wanted to see a review to see which one was more worthwhile? Did you have the old one and you're like, man, I don't feel like upgrading? But now that you've watched this video, has it changed your mind at all? Do you feel like trying to find this guy now? Because usually 1/6 kit has some extra at the end of the day, so you might want to take a look there. Might be a good place if you felt like checking somewhere out. I know I am certainly glad that I discovered 1/6 kit when I did, because they have done so much for me at this point in the last year. Thank you to that Thunder Toys Venom for allowing me to discover them. So I am happy overall. And if you are happy, as always, please feel free to like and subscribe, because the channel's been doing really nice recently, and I love to keep the momentum going because we have so much good stuff going on right now. And I love talking to you guys all about it, because it really does make life a little better when you get to share it with everybody else. Because I love sharing it with you guys, and the fact that you guys will then come back and share with me makes it all the sweeter. You guys are the best. And with all of that out of the way, I've been me, and you've been you, and thank you for watching another 6-scale figure review. Hopefully you join me next time when we review something maybe new. I will see you then.